Hello, everyone. I am author Joyful Soul. I am the author of Giving Birth to HIV and Daddy's Soul Tie, and soon to be released, He Touched Me. These are part of a collective series called Healing in the Horizon, which basically talks about personal testimonies of things that I've encountered and how I endured and overcame. So today I really want to talk about how I got started. I started writing at a very young age. You typically do school assignments and things like that actually start to intrigue your mind to see, if you're that type of person, if you're going to carry on that type of legacy. And my first award was the Governor's Essay Award, and I talked about whether or not there should be uniforms in schools, and I actually won. And my driven point for there actually being me supporting the idea of uniforms in schools was because I was poor. And so being poor, you can't really afford everything that everyone else had, but you wanted to still be treated like everyone else. So in doing so, one of my biggest things is that, hey, if we can all wear the same thing, then we don't have to be picked at. So which is pretty dope, and I really would have appreciated like had that been implemented a little bit sooner. So here we are, fast forward to 2018. 2017, I was in a very bad place. I was drinking profusely. I was eating a lot. I gained a lot of weight. I was probably like 200, maybe 60 pounds. I was severely overweight. My back was always hurting. And I was just like really, really tired of just life, tired of living. And I had so much bottled up that I wasn't able to explain to other people because no one would ever understand. So I started researching and I was like, okay, I want to like talk about it, but I don't know who to talk about it with because everybody's not going to understand. Everybody's not going to be able to support you through your process. In doing so, I ran across like a Facebook page of people who are writers and stuff, and I wanted to start supporting them. And not only did I want to start supporting them, I wanted to get some inspiration because I knew I could write. I have written plenty of research articles, plenty of poetry, plenty of scholarly articles, and things of that nature, but I wanted to write out my truth. I wanted to kind of tell the world exactly what I was going through and what it was doing to me so that it could help someone else. In doing so, I ran into a page that struck my interest, and talked about how to self-publish your book in for under $100. And at first I was like, I heard like publishing a book is like a lot of money. That's going to cost a lot. So I don't think that you're going to be able to do that. But my biggest problem was like, where do I start? Like, how do I get started doing this? Like, what do I do? What do I have to do? How do I gain an audience? How do I get people to listen to me? What do I have to say? Where do I speak from? And a lot of the things that I had questions about, I began to like ask, and there were people who would like shun me and say, "Hey, you gotta find what's for you." And I didn't know what that was at the time. I really didn't. And I felt like they were kind of like just kind of pushing me away because they were working on their own projects, which was okay, pretty awesome. I am thankful for everything that they did, because it led me to where I am now. An award winning author of Giving Birth to HIV that has changed so many lives and has had an influential impact in my community. So it's beneficial. So thank you guys for everyone who shunned me away. 3 o'clock in the morning, I could not sleep. I want to say October, maybe like 3 o'clock in the morning, I couldn't sleep. And I was just like at my wits' end. I needed to talk it out. I needed somebody to be like an outlet. And I was in like this writers group, and I wasn't an author yet, but I was aspiring to be one. So they allowed me to be in the group. And I linked up with this young lady, and her name was Cinquenta. So I linked up with her and we were just like chatting, inboxing, from time to time. And 3 o'clock that morning, she was up and I was up, and I inboxed her and I was like, where do I start? And she says, write a little bit at a time and then the rest will come to you. She said, just start writing a little bit at a time. The next morning, I realized that I had written 8,000 words. I realized I had written the entire story of giving birth to HIV, the entire short story, and I had poured out everything that I possibly could and did it in the most respectable way. But before I did all of that, while I was chatting with her and I wanted a place to start, I also purchased her book called How to Self-Publish for Under $100. And here's her name on here. You can find this book on her website, which is www.hername.com, and you can also find it on Amazon, which is really, really dope. I've gone back to her for advice plenty of times, and she's always been there to help me. She's always been there to kind of guide me through and allow me to vent to her with certain aspects of what I'm not understanding. And I've actually had the opportunity to just go back through the book and read more things and actually see exactly what I missed. There are places in here that I have like saved, for just another reference or something, which was pretty dope to me to be able to do that, because I love books. I love tangible books, books that I can actually touch and I can actually come back to as a reference, because I am, a person who really enjoys a good book that can be a substantial resource. So, guys, I just wanted to jump on here for a second and really tell you how I got started writing and what prompted me to be where I am right now. So, I'm super excited about this journey. I hope you guys enjoy my YouTube channel. It's going to get better as we get along. This is like my second um, video. So, it's going to get better as we go along. And just stick it out with me. I look forward to you guys. Thank you so much and have an awesome day.